Hello everyone, Namaste. I'm Ajitesh Korupolu, CEO of ASBL, and today we are here to do Reality of Tomorrow Conclave, the ROTC of Loft edition. Right. So before I head into the presentation, I'll keep my side of the presentation fairly simple and maybe for 15-20 minutes, and then we'll head into Q&A sessions. So let's get started. So let me give you a brief overview of what the presentation is going to be. First, I would like to give a broad update about Loft progress. So we have a progress update video which we have recently shot, and I mean yesterday we have shot. And next, I would like to talk about the growth in financial district, because there's been a lot happening in the financial district neighborhood. Right, lot of fresh leasing has happened in the last in 2024. So I would like to point out about all of those so that you can also get a good viewpoint about what's happening in the neighborhood, how it's becoming a very bustling commercial center of the city. Right, so let's head into the first one, the Loft progress update. So before I play the video, so broadly we are completed with the entire basements of both Tower A and Tower B, and we have completed with the urban corridor section. As you will see in the video and on site also, now the the Maiwan phase of the site has just begun. So probably roughly in about 15 months or so, we should be probably we will be finishing the entire tower. So probably December 2025 we can cut cake on top of it. But yeah, so that's the direction. So Maiwan phase has just begun, and from here on you will see a lot of the construction more visible. And when it comes to the non-tower area, we are roughly done around 25 odd percentage of the non-tower area. That is the area which encompasses the the basements and the podiums, particularly the podium and podium basements. So that's around 25% done. So now I'll quickly go and play the progress update so you can get a view of what's happening on site. I think the video was shot yesterday or the day before, so it's pretty accurate with where the site is, right? So I'll head out of the screen. So that's the progress update video. It's pretty neatly shot. Yeah, so let's get into the second part of the topic. Probably the majority of the discussion will be around this. So one reason why I thought of doing this particular section is that there's a lot happening in the neighborhood on a real-time basis, particularly in 2024. 2024 has been an exceptional year for commercial leasing, and a lot of space has been leased in the vicinity of Loft, probably 5-minute 5-minute radius, right? And most of them are actually walkable distances which people can just walk in 5 to 7 minutes. So let me give you a brief, some of the major activity what has happened in the neighborhood regarding the commercial leasings, because most of you who are purchased here are looking you will be probably might be working in this, or some of you who are purchased from an investment standpoint would be planning to lease your apartment, so you can get a understanding of how this neighborhood is transforming into a commercial what is the commercial activity here like, right? So some of the key update most of you would have known, but again I'm just pointing out. So Google is building its biggest ever campus out of the US, outside the US. So it's approximately 3 million square feet, and it's going to house 25,000 employees. Right, that is exactly around 3 minutes away from Loft by car, or by walk maybe 5 to 7 minutes. Right, so that office is going to have 25,000 people. So that's the major sort of activity which is happening here, and Google being a very prominent tech company, and this is their own office. So this is their own building. So this is one major activity, and I believe the handover of this project, I mean whatever the commissioning of this project also, is somewhere from 2026 onwards itself. This is a project which is under construction currently by Google, so it's owned by Google, right? And next, recently MetLife, which is a very big insurance company, they have leased 2 lakh square feet, which is approximately going to house 2,000 employees. Again, 5 minutes from Loft in Prestige Skytech, right in the neighborhood. So with this building, the building is already completed. MetLife is beginning their fit outs, which is a very, very important aspect to note, is that whenever leasing happens, we need to see whether it's an under construction building or it's a ready to move in building. In the case of a ready to move in building, companies are going to lease it out and do their fit out work in 3 to 4 months, and probably start recruiting and running their operations from there. So MetLife is currently leased in a ready to move in building, which is Prestige Skytech. So they are about, in fact they recently came up with a press statement also. So most of this information is validated from the press releases, and the others are from IPCs like JLL and CBRE. Right, so this is one update regarding MetLife. Then there's another company called WNS, right? They have leased close to 160,000 square feet. See, approximately most of these companies, for every 100 square feet, they have one employee, right? That's the thumb rule calculation, what's happening post pandemic. Before pandemic, it was 70 square feet. Currently, it's moved to 100 square feet. So again, they are looking at around 1,600 jobs. This also in the same building, Prestige Skytech, right? Next, another major update, TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, has leased 1 million square feet, which will be housing 10,000 employees in Rajpushpa Paradigm commercial building. The building located just beside Continental Hospital. Again, 3 minutes drive from Loft. So TCS has recently, I think a couple of months back, they've signed it, and now the fit out work is in progress, right? Next, Alstom, right? Alstom has leased 150,000 square feet, which will be housing 1,500 employees. Again, right in the neighborhood. So you see there are a lot of tech companies or insurance, banking, or I think in the case of Alstom, it's an engineering company. But again, most of these are all GCCs, the Global Capability Center. A lot of tech jobs are being created in this vicinity. Like most of the leasing here is, would be done for the tech centers. So Alstom is one, again, a major player who have leased places here, right? Some of the other major leasings, what has happened here. So now I'll be talking regarding the buildings. Okay, now that this was predominantly regarding the major leasings. Of course, apart from this, there are a lot of leasings which have happened. We don't have the data specific to client by client. That's we are yet sourcing out the data. This is what we had. But coming back, so these are all the software parks which are there in the neighborhood, which is probably 5 to 7 minutes vicinity of Loft. So their status is the BSR Tech Park, which is located in near Wipro Circle. Right, it's 1.5 million square feet, and now it's totally leased out. The entire 1.5 million square feet is leased out, and again, this building is also ready to move in. The advantage with ready to move in buildings is companies lease out and immediately start their fit outs, and within a span of 2 quarters, they start hiring and start moving their staff to this location. Unlike in under construction projects, they have to wait till the project gets completed. The biggest advantage what we are seeing in this year, compared to previous years, particularly before the pandemic years, right? Like 2018, 2019, when a lot of leasing happened, at that point of time, a lot of the commercial buildings were under construction. Then pandemic came, commercial went through its struggles, right? For 2020, 21, 22 was, including 23, was slow period. But this year we have done exceptionally well. We have done close to 10 million square feet of leasing spaces. As a thumb rule, for every million square feet, there will be 10,000 jobs. So if you're looking at 10,000 square feet of net leasing, you're talking about 100,000, that is 1 lakh jobs, right? But anyways, coming back to our neighborhood, so this building is 1.5 million square feet and it's totally leased out. right? Then we have the Sohini Tech Park, which is again, I think the building abutting the previous one. This is around 0.65 million square feet, and this is also totally leased out, right? I think there's OnePlus and several other companies which have housed their offices in this building. In fact, and the previous one, there was Microsoft Office also. That's what I could see when I was traveling there, right? And then we have the Phoenix Aquila, right? This is just like, again, in the vicinity. So this is 1.8 million square feet in total, and 1.4 million square feet is leased out. Again, they're confident that they should be totally leasing it out in probably the next couple of quarters, right? So another 14,000 jobs are what are expected to come in this tower, right? Then we have the Kapil Kavuri hub, right? This is around two-thirds leased, like 67% leased. So, this is another thing, right? Then we have the Phoenix Centaurus. This is located right at the center of Wipro Circle. This is approximately 85 to 90% leased out. So around, with the space what is leased out, there are around 18,000 to 19,000 people are going to work there. And I mean, some of the offices have been, leased for some while, and I see a lot of people working in that building. Again, all of this is just like a 5 to 7 minute drive in the neighborhood, or probably anywhere from like a 5 to 10 minute walk as well. Some of the, especially Prestige, Skytech and all, is just on the same road, right? So I think that's it from my side. It was a fairly, I would say fairly simple presentation. I just wanted to share these updates so that buyers can know what exactly is happening in the financial district. Then I'll open up the entire, the flow for Q&As. So you can scan the QR and you can ask me questions, right? Thank you. I'll just wait here. Yeah. So yeah, so my side of the presentation was simple. So I wanted to meet you guys. I think the last time when we did Loft, it's been close to, I think, 8 months or something. I think we did, I think, if I'm not wrong, somewhere around January. So I just wanted to meet you guys and probably, hear out what are your concerns or what information you would want to know. Okay, then here comes the first question from Mr. Vineet. Where exactly is the location? Sir, if it is Loft, we're located right in the middle of heart of financial district. You can type ASBL Loft and you'll go to the website and there it will show the location, right? So exact location, it's better if we understand through the Google. It's essentially off the 100 feet road, which is the Crins road, what we call, right? It's off that 100 feet road and again abutting on 100 feet road. But please check out go to the website and there the location would be there. It will give you the exact Google pin. What about okay. What about the traffic hurdles and connectivity to other roads? Sir, again, this neighborhood has got very good connectivity, right? In fact, the road on which Loft is located also is a 100 feet road and it's connecting to another 100 feet road. So this area has a lot of 100 feet road. So I don't see any major hurdle from a traffic standpoint. However, with time, traffic increases and naturally government will be doing more planning around traffic signals or flyovers and things like that, right? So traffic is more sort of but as of now, I don't see any problems with traffic. But yeah, see, with traffic, let me be very spot on, is that with time, traffic goes up. That's how, if you look at probably Jubilee Hills neighborhood in 2000, probably 2000 to 2010, the traffic was lot lesser. Now probably, the traffic is a lot more. And increase in traffic means that there's a lot of commercial activity happening there. A lot more people want to move to that place. So it means any neighborhood which is more desirable is bound to have a traffic problem in the future. But currently, I don't see any major problem with that. Any ASBL commercial projects? No, sir. ASBL is not into commercial projects. We are purely residential developers. And even in residential, we are only apartment builders. So we are not into any commercial projects. But however, if you're interested, you can leave a message. I can probably pass it to our sister companies or any of my friends who are operating in that space. Like quite a few of them are doing projects in this area. I can probably pass your lead to them. Any updates about the residential construction happening on the Loft Road? Residential construction happening, sir. I don't know which particular residential construction. There is one project which is being built right opposite that belongs to these guys. What is that? Pacifica. Pacifica का एक project चल रहा है, and I think recently MyScape people also launched one project. I think it's in pre-rera phase or something, but close to launch. So these are the two projects which are happening currently. However, in the future, given that there's a very prominent area, projects are bound to come up, right? What are the immediate neighbors to Loft in all four boundaries? See, the front side, we are abutting to the 100 feet road, right? Back side, we have, I think, some government quarters, right? And on the left and right side, there is a neighboring vacant land, right? Which belongs to the landowners, and probably in some time in the future, construction would come in anywhere from today to 5 year to 7 year scale. There will be construction coming up, because again, this is the epicenter, the heart of Hyderabad and the heart of financial district. So there will be construction activities with period of time. But yeah, all of those lands, I've explained, belongs to private individuals. What is the next one? There are some reviews posted by Spire owners that there were delay in handovers. What steps are being taken? See, one thing regarding the delay in handovers, what I've mentioned in the Spire group also. Yes, there are improvements for us to look and learn, but particularly in Spire and in that generation of projects, the projects which we started in 2020, right? Midway, we had to change the Pura clubhouse designs and landscape designs and upgrade that. Why we did that? Because we felt the market was doing well and the buyer aspiration is rising. So we wanted to up our product game. So because of that, there have been some delays. However, in Loft, if you see the Pura clubhouse and landscape designs, we have already completed. And in fact, I presented right in the beginning last year when we launched. So I don't see any delay happening with Loft, right? The road extends to ORR? No, the road doesn't extend to ORR. As of now, there is no such proposal, right? But however, in the future, in case the government feels like doing it or they have the use case for it, they do it. But purely currently, it's not. It's a dead end, and it's good that it's a dead end. See, dead ends are generally significantly more quiet. If it's commercial buildings, it's better to be on the absolute main road, right? If it's a residential building, it's good that if it's on a big road like an 100-feet road, and if it's a dead end, it's a rare opportunity what people of Loft have, and I hope it stays that way. But however, it's not in ASBL's jurisdiction, right? I believe a few people have been asking this question. Currently, let me be very clear. In fact, I've even mentioned in my previous ROTCs also, the road currently, it's a dead end. Currently, there is no there's no plan to attach it to the ORR. But I don't know how the government, what would be the government's requirement into the future. So I can't really comment on that, right? Thank you. What other projects are going around ASBL Loft? A lot of empty lands around. See, currently there's nothing planned, right? At least by us. But we never know. Like, a lot of builders are interested in this area, and a lot of landowners. The land is held by private landowners. So definitely some transactions would be underway. But currently, to my knowledge, there are none as of now. But nevertheless, again, given that it's a very prominent area, something or the other would be cooking, right? Why premium features like marble? Okay, thank you for why premium features like marble flooring? So marble flooring and all, right? We have mentioned right from the beginning only what is the flooring specification and all we have given. See, there is a particular budget planning which we do, right? Basis on the budget, we come up with a certain specification. And we mentioned that specification very clearly in the brochure and in the agreement of sale as well. So in Loft, we have not planned for that. That's, hence we are not giving a marble flooring, right? Can you give us more clarity around the timeline of the pre-MI policy? Sir, I think it's pretty clearly mentioned in the offer documents, but let me iterate. So I think the current offer what we are running, I think it is up to September 2026. However, at earlier prices when we have done, right, then it was up to the completion of the RCC, the completion of the 45th floor, the tower, right? So depending on the whichever policy you are, like whether you are in the previous one, then it would end when the 45th floor of the building is casted, which currently looks mostly around December 2025. right? And in case you're on the new price and the new policy, then it will continue. It is for up to September 2026, right? Thank you. Hello, sir. Thank you for the session. Can we update on temple in Loft? Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Temple is absolutely there. On the time of the brochure, it was still in the planning phase, so we did not put it. Temple is absolutely there, and we'll be building it. Upon getting OC, then we'll have to build the temple. We cannot do it before that, right? Next. Please talk about lifts in lofts, spire level, lot of negative. It's a good question, Mr. Ranganath, that you have asked this question. See, let me give a very clear thing regarding the lifts in spire, right? We have gone for Kone. Now, Kone is the top market leading brand in lifts. It's a European company, and all major, in fact, Aparna ka pura projects is made with Kone only, Kone lifts only. And in Kone, the lift what we have gone with spire is the latest, version of it. Now, with regarding to this lifts, definitely, we should have put a sort of a SOP out there. See how the lifts function. Whenever there is a power cut, there is a device called emergency rescue device, ERD. It's called, right? The ERD gets activated, right? It takes 15 to 20 seconds for the ERD to get activated, and then when the ERD gets activated, the lift comes down by 2 to 3 floors and opens the door. This is the process of the ERD. In case the ERD doesn't get activated, right, sometimes what happens is the ERD runs on a battery power. In the rare case of Spire, right, what happened is the power went and came frequently in a very short span of time, and the battery of the ERD got exhausted. Right, this was the first time that use case has come. The battery got exhausted, hence people got stuck in the lift for longer time for the DG to get on. It takes longer time for the DG to get on, right? In other case, what happened when the ERD got switched on, right, the lift came down by 3 floors, which is the process, which is exactly the process. We have even found out in all communities. In fact, post that incident, the AP Telangana ka pura Kone general manager has come, and we have conducted a detailed meeting with Spire residents so that they know exactly how the lift operations happen. However, yeah, we should have also sort of put an SOP out there that this is how the lift operates. In fact, myself, when I was going in in the lift in in Bhuja, right, there they have used Otis lifts, and there me and my mother were traveling in the lift, and the power went, and it took like around 25-30 seconds to get switched on, and on the ERD, and immediately it came down to by 2 floors and it opened the door. Now we also didn't know that that's the process, hence we also were a little panicked. I understand the same situation could have happened with our Spire customers as well, but that's the process. So whenever electricity goes, ERD gets switched on, and because we have seen that, okay, now a new case of what do you say, this battery is also getting battery is also getting dried up, so we put 2 ERDs, and moreover now we have even connected it directly. We have removed the connection to ERD and directly connected it to the DG. So whenever power cut happens, it is going to take 40 seconds for the electrical signal to go, DG to get on, the electricity to come. In the case of ERD, it will be around 20 to 25 seconds, and the lift will come down by 2 to 3 floors, and the doors will open, people can go out, right? So this is what, of course, for customers who have been through it for the first time, just like in my case, what has happened in my experience in Bhuja, there would be panic, but this is the process. Yeah, we will put out a sort of a SOP in the lifts from here on, right? But rest be assured that it's a European brand, top class, entire Aparna projects use it, and we are using the best of the products, and we have even conducted a technical session with the GM of the Kone company to come and explain to our Spire residents. So rest be assured, there shouldn't be any issues. But yeah, if when the power cut happens, this is exactly how it happens, right? I think the more customer KT had to be done, which we did it that time, and probably will even paste it in the lifts, right? Next. There are few concerned around quality with respect to wall finishes, average bathroom fitting, door locks, handles, etc. Inspire. So this also again very good question. See, the minute people talk about average and all of this, everything is with respect to a budget, right? Right. It's a very straightforward thing. Like Spire, we have planned for a certain budget. Within that budget line, we have given the top class fittings, and we have mentioned these fittings also in the brochure, like it will be Jaguar and equivalent, and we have given Jaguar ka top line product. So everything has to be seen in context. Ye thodi na ki I'll be getting, like, it doesn't happen, right? Like whatever the specification is built for, is the specification is built for a certain budget. And if you look at Spire, we did it's built for a certain average price, because the project was planned when in 2019. What were the prices then? Right? So basis on certain price expectation, it will happen. Same thing will happen with Loft also, and same thing with Spectra, same thing with any future projects, and not just with us, with anybody. And then the next question of average, see, it is a subjective thing. Somebody thinks it's average, somebody thinks it's very good. Now as a developer, we can't plan for individual choices. It doesn't happen that way, right? So this is how things happen. So whatever finalizations we do, we post it. And in fact, for Spectra customers, I've even mentioned these brands in the in the ROTC, in the last ROTC. Yes, now somebody might, one of you might get a question that why did you not mention in the brochure these things? That's a valid question. Why we do not mention is that, see, the brochure is made 4 years before the project is handed over, right? Before the project launch is when the brochure is made. We do not close any of the materials that time. Why we do not close? Because let's say I'm putting in the brochure that this is the material I'm giving, and if my vendor knows that I've committed to this material, he's going to increase the price. Thereby it will be a big problem for us, and then for the buyer also. We do not get the best of the rates. Hence, we do not mention it in the brochure. That is why not only us, all developers mention, like a certain brand or equivalent. We put a word like that because at the time of purchase, we'll have to see who is giving the best quotations, and uske hisab se we have to do it. However, as a brand, whenever we are completed with the finalizations, we have mentioned it to customers. Like in fact, in my last ROTC with Spectra customers, I've mentioned it there. I'm not able to recollect, but the Spire one which I've done a year back, also I would have mentioned. I'm just not able to recollect it whether I mentioned or not. So that is the thing. However, yeah, even in Loft also somebody will say average, somebody will say exceptionally good, because it's a subjective thing. So there can't be any any particular design things for that. However, we design, and again, please read the specification. The sizes and all, did I change? We did not change. Whatever mentioned, we put it that. So kindly go through that, right? Next one. Provide a way for existing buyers to extend pre-MI till September 2026. Sir, it's very simple. You can change to the new policy, right? Of course, it will entail a price increase. So whatever September 26th pre-MI is there, those flats have a different price. Currently what we are selling, you can move to that price and definitely you can avail the offer. There's no problem with that, right? By when the model flats will be ready? Sir, I think at least maybe by a year it should take, because we should considerably build the tower and then do a level of finishes. We are looking at least a minimum a year to, ideally I would say next year December, but let's see, a year to probably 15 months, right? Because it still has to construct itself out, right? Will there be separate maintenance charge for clubhouse amenities in Loft? So there won't be any additional maintenance charge. See, maintenance is across. However, there will be usage charges. Now, why usage charge? Like you look at any major club in the city. Like for example, let's take Jubilee Hills Club, let's take Film Nagar Club. They take a one-time fixed fee. Like, I don't know, I think in Jubilee Hills Club, currently they're taking some 30 lakhs or 50 lakhs for a one-time fee. And then as you use the facility, you end up paying nominal charges. Like you go and eat in the F&B, or you go and use the tennis court or the gym, you pay a nominal fee. Now, why this nominal fee is paid? The fees which you give us, like for clubhouse in your sale consideration, you give us clubhouse amount, right? In the case of Loft, it's 4 lakh rupees. That is for the fixed infrastructure, for the building and all. Right, just in the case of how any other club like Jubilee Hills Club or Film Nagar Club or Golf Club also does it. The usage charges will be nominal. Now, why we charge it is for the maintenance of the facility. See, again, whenever we build the facility and then we put equipment. Now, equipment are machines which which will have wear and tear and constant, repair and maintenance work has to be done, right? For that, this amount is charged. It would be nominal. And yeah, those would be charged, and closer to the handover, we'll come up with the pura uska price list, right? Why not cricket nets in Loft instead of basketball court? I believe a futsal would be better as it caters to a wider influence. I'll take this feedback, sir, but in Loft we have not planned for it. We have planned for a basketball court, and the design is already done. I do not intend to change design much because it clearly looks like a thankless job. We change the design, we try to make it better, and then nobody is going to come and say you have done a good job. So the design is done, basketball court. So that is what we'll be giving. I'll keep in mind for future, for any future projects or something. But thank you for the feedback. But yeah, here let me assure you, here we'll be having a basketball court. Right? Thank you. What are the water sources for loft? How many bores, Manjeera pipeline size? So this data I'll be able to provide maybe closer to the handover regarding the Manjeera pipeline size, because again, there is no rocket science there. It's pertaining to the capacity and the number of apartments, right? Whatever is the logic we are using in Spire, Spectra, not only us, any other developer, there is a particular logic which the government has given, not on top of my mind. So on basis of that, they give the pipeline ka thickness, right? And we will be applying for that pipeline after we get the OC. It takes around 6 months for them to build it. And regarding the water sources, currently the primary source is borewell, and we have few other from borewell only we get this. I'm not exactly sure how many bores are there. Initially there were 5. However, we have not put all the bores because it was not needed. But I don't know exactly what is the situation. I'll ask the team to get back to you. Right? Thank you. What are the updated timelines of Loft? There's no updated, sir. It's the same timeline. December 2026 is when the handover is going to be. Right? It's currently on trajectory. In the last 1 year, we have finished the Pura basements of all the towers and the urban corridor. And now we have begun the Maiwan phase. So it's currently on trajectory. So there's no timeline change. Right? But the handover will be in December 2026 as committed. Right? Can we expect eye rises that block views to Loft? Yes, absolutely. Because see, again, as I've mentioned, this is a very, very prime neighborhood of Hyderabad, right? This is a financial district, epicenter of Hyderabad. As I've mentioned earlier, there are a lot of commercial activity going on and things like that. So I do believe that there will be developments coming up in this area. Now, exactly when, I cannot say. Currently, I am not aware of any new transaction which is going on. But rest be assured, things will be coming. However, one thing I can say is any building which is coming abutting to our building, there is a setback from our boundary to our tower of 20 meters. So that is what, approximately 70 feet. The building which is coming to the side also has to leave 20 meters minimum, right? So you're talking about 140 to 150 meters worth of distance between the towers on the neighboring land. But yeah, so I just wanted to be upfront because this area is a very prominent area. So there are a lot of builders looking at opportunities here, right? And again, it depends on which floor you have purchased and how tall would be the neighboring buildings and all this. We cannot tell because what the neighboring land buyer might build, we cannot really we cannot know at this point of time, right? Yeah. How far is the nearest metro station? Sir, I think the nearest metro station is at Wipro Circle Ankunta. That's what in the recent rejig they have done, right? So Wipro Circle Ankondi, so that's around 5 minutes Ankonde. Touch and go, right? Loved ASBL lift in add in other properties. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Next. Hello, Ajitesh. I'm proud to be ASBL Loft customer. I truly appreciate the amazing work you're doing on this project. We're also looking forward for ASBL Villa community. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the kind words. We really, want to work for our customers and, this is what makes us proud. But again, at the same time, we will, now it's been 10 years that I'm in this business. I've started my career in 2013 and I've handed over 3 projects, Liviano, Lakeside and Spire. Over the period of time, I've realized that, yeah, broadly, you've got to keep majority of the people, you've got to deliver your expectation. Again, when I mean expectation, more and more what I'm seeing is it's becoming subjective. I would strongly recommend people, please read through the specification sheet and the agreement. Whatever is there in that, that's binding and that is what we are planning for. Please don't get swayed by anybody. Most of you would have purchased via channel partner or anybody in the loop, right? So don't get swayed by any words. Kindly read the specification and the agreement of sale. In case you have any doubts, our CRM team is there to assist you. But whatever we are mentioning is there, that is what we are planning for. That is what we will be delivering. Right, like if you see Loft, whatever the lobbies and all we have done, I'm totally liable on that. So that is what we would be giving, and we'll strive to we are striving to get better each day, and there will be learning curves for us. Thank you so much. Regarding villa community, definitely, sir, I'll keep in mind. So whenever we are doing it, I would love to share it with all of you. Thank you. How many EV charging points are available in Loft? Generally, EV users avoid fast charging points. Sir, this I'll get back, not on top of my mind. However, the EV charging points will be there in all the 4 basements. So it's not like people have to go to different basement to charge it. It will be there in their respective basement floors. The exact number I'll have to come back. It's not on top of my mind. And you see, even with the EV charging, the laws are changing continuously with regarding the safety and all in high rises, putting in the basement. It's all new use cases which are slowly coming up. So laws are changing. I think with respect to current laws, I think we can't put the super fast charger, but we're trying to make sure our vendors put as much fast chargers as possible, right? Again, pertaining to whatever law allows us, which also is changing time and again. But the idea is to get it charged at the quickest so that everybody can get to use it, right? But I'll ask probably you can reach out to CRM. I'll ask them to answer this point in detail. Next one. Thank you for boosting the confidence of customers by doing these sessions. Many of us have invested a lifetime savings to have a dream house. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for investing and believing in us. We are striving towards delivering your dream home and fulfilling our commitments. Thank you for that. And yeah, see, again, though I've been saying I would want to do this once in every 6 months, we have not yet formalized, so I'm doing more like 8 to 9 months. But yeah, at least from next year, I'll try to do at least 2 times a year. So every 6 months we can meet, and even if we don't have any discussion points, we can just have a Q&A session like this, so that whatever is the top of your mind, I can answer. See, one major reason I wanted to answer about the neighborhood, because these days people are very concerned, and we see a lot of YouTube channels also talking, YouTube channels and media channels talking that Hyderabad real estate is going bust and all. Nothing like that. In fact, our recent launch in Kukatpalli, even we were also very surprised and happy to see the sort of potential the market has. We have done 500 crores worth of sale in the launch phase, right? So we were also very thrilled. So the market is very good. We just have to stick to the basics and get it right. And as you have seen, how much leasing is happening in the neighborhood. So I'm super thrilled. In fact, we are planning our biggest project also in this neighborhood next year, right? That will be our biggest project so far. So we are very bullish on this neighborhood, and we are going like full on. So I believe this neighborhood is going to be the #1 for the next 10 years to come by easily, right? Due to Hydra and new government, there is concern on Hyderabad market. Yes, sir, you're right. So could you share the ROI of ASBL projects? There are growth stories apart of west of Hyderabad. Any upcoming project areas as home one-time project? I didn't understand the question totally, sir, Mr. Govardhan. But yeah, regarding Hydra and all, yes, there's concern. But I believe recently the Hydra commissioner also in court and in the press meet also has given further clarifications of what is the purview of Hydra and what they can do, they cannot do, what is their plan of action. However, rest be assured, there is no lake or nala whatsoever in the vicinity of Spire. So we are totally outside the purview of that. Not only Loft, all our projects are outside. In fact, Lakeside, the name itself is named after a lake, which we handed over in 2021. That also we got all the due permissions, irrigation sketch. There's 100 feet road in between our site and the lake and all of that. And no Hydra has done any sort of stamping or marking on any of our sites, be it Spire or anything. So in fact, all these projects, you see, sir, we buy land and do. Generally, JD చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఏమైందంటే కొన్నిసార్లు ఇది చూడొచ్చు చూడకపోవచ్చు. Because we buy, there's a lot of our capital invested. So we do a thorough due diligence of everything and get all the necessary approvals, and we do it. So yeah, so Hyderabad, there is no problem with any of our sites across portfolio. The rest of the question I did not understand, sir. Maybe you can type again, I'll answer it. Right, next one. The price appreciation has been astonishing in the past 5 years. Will the rate go up to 15,000 square 50 by handover? See, definitely, sir. The price price appreciation has been very good in Gachibowli. Regarding the rate, see, again, I don't like to get into speculation. If it happens, good. If it doesn't, then people will scold me, right? But what I can definitely say from my point of view is that we as a developer are are investing heavily in this area. In fact, we are purchasing a land worth 800 crores. That our biggest ever capex. What we are doing in this vicinity again. Probably in a 500 meters radius of loft. So we are very bullish that this area is going to grow, and even I'm presenting the facts to you, like what all leasing has happened. What all leasing has happened. This is fresh in 2024 only. Again, a lot of leasing has happened in the past, and Google's biggest headquarter is coming here outside the US. So, and Amazon's biggest headquarter is in the neighborhood. So definitely the future looks absolutely very good. Definitely market, given that these days you look at the stock market also, everything is becoming information driven, and sometimes information might be false, might be exaggerated, might be anything. So market also reacts a certain way, but the long term is very, very rock solid. So at least from our brand perspective, I can say 95% of our portfolio is in this neighborhood. We are doing our biggest ever capex in this neighborhood, and we intend to stay here for next at least 10-15 years. As long as there are lands here, we intend to stay in this neighborhood. So that's what my point of view. And yeah, a lot of F&B spaces also. So definitely, if you ask me where I would bet my money on, it's only this neighborhood. And you can even see in our portfolio, almost all 80% of our portfolio is only in this neighborhood, right? In fact, Kukatpalli also, we didn't intend to do a project. We initially thought we'll trade the land. After trading certain land, then we thought, okay, it's taking longer time, so why don't we do a project? That's how it got converted. But essentially, we are a financial district developer, and we continue to be that. So we are very bullish, right? Next, any possibility of providing wash basin in point in living area, just a wash basin point, so that those who prefer can mount, or possibility for customers to extend pipeline? No, sir, sorry, we can't do that, because the entire, if you see, this is a Maiwan building, right? It's mold casting. The entire aluminium 6 months back, and now erection is going on. We can't do any design change. However, I'll keep it for future. I'll keep it in mind for future projects. But if you see in the floor plans, all the apartments come with a common bathroom. So that's the reason we thought an extra wash basin wouldn't be needed. It'll eat up the extra space as well, because the common wash basin what do you say? The common toilet wash basin is what will be used, right? But I'll keep it for in mind for future. But here we can't do anything, right? Thank you. A few owners have mentioned that maintenance has started since 1st October without handing over clubhouse yet. Any comment on that? But yes, if you, I would, point out to kindly read, for all of them, I think maybe they would have overlooked the agreement. In the agreement, it's clearly mentioned, sir. We have done whatever is mentioned in the agreement. In fact, as per the agreement, we could have started the maintenance 6 months earlier also. We thought, okay, let's let few more people move in, then we'll start it. So in fact, we ourselves have given more leeway there. If you read the agreement, it will be exactly those points, sir. And clubhouse, I've mentioned in the letter also that clubhouse would be starting from November 15th, because all the internal works are done. The external painting works are going on, which we had to halt because the OC work was going on, inspections were going on, hence we had to halt. Lekapothe it would have been done by now, but however, I've mentioned November 15th kada avuddi, and whatever we have done there exactly as per the agreement. So it's mentioned there. If it's not in the agreement, I cannot do it. Right? Thank you. Do we have ASBL family celebrations this year also? Sir, we are planning to do once in every 2 years. Every year might get a little too intense, or there won't be those many new stories to talk, I believe. So every 2 years is what we're planning to do. So we did this year, right? 24 we did. Mostly again we'll be doing in 26. In case we do it in 2025, I would love to do it, but again we have to, as a team, we'll have to take a call on that. In case we do that, definitely I would love to meet you all and host you all. But yeah, generally we are planning to make it like a 2-year occasion, 2-year celebration. Thank you. Hi Ajitesh, during our visit to Spectra, we observed that the ceiling height in corridors is quite less. Will it be the same in loft? Can you help us with planned corridor ceiling height for loft? Sir, whatever it's in Spectra, again, Spectra was designed for 10 feet slab to slab. So that's what is the engineering language we call. And again, it's mentioned in the agreements there and all. In loft, that would be 10 feet 5 inch. So it would be an extra 5 inch what will come there. So definitely you wouldn't have any problem. In fact, the Spectra one, we have not got any such concern there. Most people were happy. But yeah, however, in loft, it will be 4 to 5 inch more. Sometimes depending on the fall ceiling level, an inch here and there will change. But yeah, more than Spectra, it will be 4 to 5 inch more in loft, right? MyScape Songs of Sun is exactly in front or side of Loft. It's opposite side. Road ki manam utal vaipu, wala utal vaipu. So it's opposite side of Loft, right? Concerned about density of flats, why all flats are opposite to each other. So the good question you have asked, see, regarding density, let me tell out the pura math around it. See, financial district, the land has become very expensive and we don't own any land. We buy it on market price whenever we want to build, whenever there's demand for us, right? So for us to make commercial sense on those land, we have to build this 45 to 50 floors, right? Now that definitely pertains to a certain density. Now, I've mentioned in certain various of other discourses as well, density perspective doesn't create any major problem. What creates problem is lack of planning. Generally, if you see, most of the communities, you look at every community in the neighborhood, apart from Loft, right? Developers are giving anywhere from 2.5% to 3% of the entire saleable area of the project as amenity space, right? In Loft, we have given close to what almost all 4.5 to 5, 4.5 actually. Loft is what 15 lakhs, 16 lakh square feet, 15 lakh 76,000, 16 lakh saleable ankonde. We are giving close to 56,000 square feet of clubhouse, and urban corridor is another 40,000 square feet. This is all covered amenities. Open amenities, naturally it will be there on the podium, right? Covered amenities. So we are giving 90,000 ankonchala mota moti 90,000 square feet of amenity space we are giving, which in terms of percentage is close to 6%, right? Close to 6.5%. So what we do is when the density increases, we plan for more amenities. Like for example, Loft has the best badminton court to resident ratio. If you look at Provincia, Avatar, or all of these projects, for every for every 500 to 600 flats, there is one badminton court. Loft is 375, the best in the neighborhood. There's no other project which is beating in those ratios. So we planned for all of this. So if you plan well, there will be no problem. And in fact, with higher density, you'll have a lot more facilities. Like for example, you have a bank with lockers and all. In fact, so in Spire, we were not able to give that. Why? Because no banker wanted to come and come for any communities which are less than 1,000 or 900 apartments. So smaller communities cannot have a lot of amenities. Larger communities need to be planned well. Then they can serve the residents very well, right? Will we be allowed to use Pacifica Road as it has connectivity to ORR from the backside? Yeah, I mean, sir, roads are all public property. You can use any road. The road on the opposite side, yeah, you can use it. If the road is laid and it's open, you can absolutely use it. Nobody can stop you. In case anybody stops you, you can complain to the the GHMC or HMD, and they will probably open it. But if the road is not laid, one cannot use it, right? Yeah. Next one. Loft building is wide and high rise. Can you please give some insight on the structural strength and design? So again, structurally, all buildings, not only Loft, all buildings in Hyderabad are designed for, I think we fall in the zone 2 or zone 3. I'm not particularly not on top of my mind, but we are in the low risk zone for earthquakes and all. So we have NBC, National Building Code Center. So these buildings, these books have the codal basis. Depending on the height of the building, the load is calculated. Then load there is dynamic load and there is variable load. Depending on this, the structural engineers come to a certain calculation. Okay, this should have this much metric ton load bearing capacity, what we call. It's designed for that. And the structural consultant for this building is Mr. Ramesh Manta, MA Associates. He has done for almost 60% of the buildings in Hyderabad. He does for all the My Home projects. He does for all Jayberry projects. So he's a very known figure. He's the guy who has done the structural, design. And then after getting approval also, in the process of getting approval, the government mandates us to go get it checked with their folks. That is, they tie up with the university. In the case of HMDA, they tied up with JNTU. So we send it to JNTU. There, the head of the department, professor, reviews the project, signs it also. He clearly signs it, attests it, and only then we are given approval. So all these various layers of checks are done. So you can be rest assured that the building is designed for, I think 60 to 70 years of lifespan, right? Thank you. Next, Mr. Ranganath, can you please share the percentage of loft sales completed till date? Sir, we are approximately 60% sold out on freehold inventory. right? Approximately 15% of the inventory is mortgaged to the government. Every builder does, not only us, which will only be released upon getting the OC. So whatever is freehold, we are 60% sold in that, right? Thank you. Next, for pre-MI, can we go with other banks other than Bajaj Finance, example LIC? No, sir. You can't go with other banking because there's a lot of paperwork which happen crisscross. After, I'm not telling only at sign of loan disbursement, but post loan disbursement also monthly we have to reimburse you that money, right? So there's a lot of paperwork which should be exchanged and all, which we have optimized in the case of Bajaj, right? Hence, it is not. However, in rare cases when Bajaj say somebody is not getting a loan, we are considering HDFC because there also we have sort of made that thing seamless. If you go with a new bank, what happens is this process is not seamless, and then we will face challenges in reimbursing you money, and thereby again you wouldn't like it, and we also would not be able to do it in a seamless manner. Hence, I would recommend you go. Hence, only with these two banks we can do it. However, only with Bajaj you can do it, but in rare cases we have even considered HDFC also in case Bajaj may that particular person is not able to get the loan eligibility, because each bank has their own different criteria. In that case, HDFC also we are considering, right? But you can be rest assured you will be getting the best rates from Bajaj, right? And recently they have listed and they got a bumper listing. It's now set to become the biggest player in this space, which was initially held by HDFC, now vacated because HDFC got merged into a bank. But in this entire home loan section in NBFCs, Bajaj is going to become the biggest player in the country. So we are working with the best banking partners, right? Next, the road till Loft is not in good state. Can we expect it to be completed closer to handover? Even Myscape road is in very bad state. See, again, sir, very good question what you have asked about the road. Sir, anything pertaining to public property, right? Road is a purely public property. Anything pertaining to public property will not be in the hands of the developer. I cannot just go and lay the road. It is purely a government discretion, right? Sometimes, and governments have their own plan of action. Okay, we are going to invest the capex year and year. Basis on that, they will be doing. And nowhere we mention it, because recently it was brought to my notice that one Spire customer was complaining that the developer didn't do road. We cannot do the road. It's public property. I cannot do. If I do, cases will be put on me, and I'm not committing anywhere also. Again, I'll say, please read through the agreement. Anywhere if you mention that the road is our scope, you get it to our notice, we'll change it. And it's not there only. Road is not a developer scope, sir. It's a public property. It is purely government scope, right? So depending on when the government is planning to do their capex, they will be doing it at that point of time, right? Thank you. Are there any units still available for purchasing? I'm a first time participant here. Yes, sir, units are available in Loft for purchasing. You can just probably put your name and number in the comment. Our team will reach out to you, sir. They can do that. Yeah, you can put in the chat, you can put, sir, our team will reach out to you. Thank you. Next question. When are you planning to have an ROTC for Spectra customers? CND tower customers are really concerned about handover. Sir, there's no need to be concerned about handover dates. The CND towers are totally built. External painting is also 90% completed. Flooring works are also done, right? But however, we'll have it soon. Maybe I'll plan something, I'll plan in the November month. Sorry, once we are done with Diwali, I'll plan. But there's no real reason to be concerned. In fact, you can go, when you go on the ORR also, you can see that the building painting and all is done. So yeah, but however, we'll host it in the month of November, right? I'll ask the team to come back with dates. Next, where exactly is the location? Sir, you can just, I think the best one is you just type ASBL Loft on Google. In the website, you can just scroll down a little bit. There's a location, you can type it. It'll show you the exact Google pin, right? Next. When will the ASBL landmark ROTC? We are planning, sir. That's also, in fact, whenever we launch a project from Loft onwards, I do an ROTC. In the case of Loft also, I did it. Landmark also we'll be doing. Mostly in the month of November we'll plan, because Atlanta next week is the Dasara, so people won't be there. And then I'm not there after that for a week. And then there is Diwali. So in the month of November we'll plan up, sir, definitely. How much greenery gardens can we expect in Loft open corridor? Sir, again, all of the Loft open corridor, the design is well laid out in the brochure and in the website. I would recommend you to kindly go through it. That will give you a much more comprehensive view than me talking, because that has got imagery and all. You can kindly go through that, sir. Right? When is ASBL coming to Gurgaon? We need transparent developers. Like, thank you, sir. Definitely, we would love to come to Gurgaon. We want to be a multi-city player, not a single city player, but not anytime in the next 4 years, because I feel our balance sheet has to grow much beyond, our brand has to grow much beyond. So we are planning to, go for an IPO in 27 or 28, depending on our CS suggestion. Post that, yes, we intend to go to multi-cities, and in fact, we are making our entire systems mature, going through the entire use cases, learning cycles, so that we continuously learn. See, I can never say we have absolutely become the best in terms of our practice. We will be the best brand out there. That's our ambition. But I feel best is a continuous evolution. So yeah, from that standpoint, yeah, once we list 27, 28, we want to be in other cities, and Gurgaon is one of our top spot. Thank you. But we are observing the market. I'm going through, prop equity. I'm going through all the data of what all projects are launched, what prices, what location, momentum, and all. But yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Will there be any risk of delay in the handover by December 2026? No, sir. Nothing as of now. We don't see anything. In fact, the project is going totally as per schedule. So nothing as of now. Right? Next. Which lift brand is used in Spectra? Will it face similar issue? Like, see, Spectra also there will be Kone, right? In Loft also there will be Kone. In Landmark also there will be Kone. Kone is a top European brand. Aparna uses it for all its projects. We are using it, Jeberi and Jeberi, I don't know which one, but there are a lot of other people are using. This is the best brand out there. This is not the second brand out there. And what has happened in Spire, right? Whenever there is a power cut, it's a buyer KT, like residents ka knowledge transfer, which did not happen. Whenever the lift will power cut happens, the emergency rescue device gets switched on. The lift will come down by 2 to 3 floors and open the door. That's all that has happened there. Nothing else has happened. Of course, because people did not know. I was telling about my own experience in Bhuja, what I had, right? So I also didn't know that the lift functions that way. Hence, I panicked. But nothing happens. These are all state-of-the-art facilities, right? And they're all top companies. Kone has been manufacturing in this lift business from probably more than a century, if I'm not wrong. So these are all the best products. So rest be assured, nothing will happen. But however, the KT is, when there is a KT is knowledge transfer, is that whenever there's a power cut, the emergency rescue device will be triggered. The lift will come down by 2 to 3 floors and open, so that you can get out, you can move out of the lift. That's all it is, right? Next one. I bought this flash just seeing you and your explanation. That gives confidence. Keep going, Andy. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. We're trying to make things better and bring about more, I would say, transparent and trustworthy processes. However, like, there will be learning cases for us as well. But yeah, thank you so much. What percentage of appreciation can we expect in Loft by the time of handover? Sir, again, I cannot really comment on a speculative question, because when I say something, if it doesn't happen, people will give me gali. So I don't want any of that. So, but however, I've given you our thesis, our investment thesis, like how we are investing all our money in this location. And I have given you a factual presentation of what is the neighborhood, what is the leasing which is happening. And so hence, I would leave that question to be answered by your own self, sir. But rest be assured, this is the best neighborhood in the city. There is nothing better than this neighborhood currently in Hyderabad. That you can rest be assured, right? As growth in West, Landmark in Y Junction, what are growth areas to drive when compared to West projects? See, okay, this is a good question. See, our thesis is that, sir, if you look at financial district, it's got a significant oversupply in the bigger sizes, large format apartments. Like, for example, that 4,000, 5,000 square feet, there's a lot of supply. Whereas there is undersupply in the 2,000 square feet module. So that is what we are going after. We want to target see, as any product or anything in the world, only when the demand is, when the supply is low, the price shoots up. Like, for example, diamonds, the supply is low and the price is so high. So our investment thesis, because again, we invest money, we are not like most developers who do on joint developments. That is also a good business model, but that has low capex, low skin in the game. We buy all our land, so very high skin in the game. Like, even in case of Loft, we invested close to 300 crores of our own capital, so we can't go wrong with it. So there's a lot of research which we do before investing. right? So with regarding to that, we feel that there is a lot of supply which is under supply, right? A lot of shortage of supply which is coming up in the market in the 3 BHK format, the 2000 to 2200 or 500 format. So hence we are sticking most of our product in that category. That's our investment thesis, right? So whenever you are investing, not only with us, with anybody else also in different neighborhoods, look from that standpoint. Okay, the project is good, location is good, that's a starter. But definitely look at what is the supply of these type of units in this micro market. That also one has to see carefully. We use that parameter very vitally in our investment thesis. Right? Thank you. I want ASBL to start competing with my home in Hyderabad. Pricing is already competitive. Now it's quality and amenities. Definitely, sir. Absolutely. We would want to compete with all the builders out there and be the best one, and make all our customers and ourselves proud of that achievement. So we are working towards that. Thank you so much. Next, I did it possible to change the color paint building on the outside. It's not very catchy. No, sir, we can't. If it's painted, it's done, sir. We can't change. But we have not painted loft only. I don't know which project you're referring to, but when it's painted, it can't, sir. It means it's done, right? Thank you. Next one. It was mentioned in a few reviews that amenities like indoor games was removed without any prior notice to the customers. I hope you take the customer's opinion. See, okay, good question you asked. In fact, good, the ROTCs are there. I would kindly recommend you to go to our YouTube page, right, ASBL page, and type ASBL Spire ROTC. In that, I did present this topic, and there also what was the change? The change was the table tennis, which was not being as per our data, and there also we floated the question. It was not like we decided. We floated the question, and many people said it's a good idea, you should explore. Hence, I did it. Now, it could have happened that a lot of the people who are writing the reviews couldn't have attended that meeting. Now, what can I do? I have sent the meeting link to everybody, and in fact, it's okay even if you don't attend. The reason why we post out all of this is, as you see, if there are 100 people, 20 people attend, 80 people consume later because they might be busy. It's natural. So I would strongly recommend you go to the ASBL channel on YouTube and type ASBL Spire ROTC. In that discussion, I have mentioned that this indoor play spaces, we are considering making it a play zone, and many people have said it's a good idea to explore. Hence, on that feedback only I have explored. Na? And in fact, a lot of people, it's still in under construction. I mean, that part is done. Many people have given very good feedback and reviews to our facilities team there. So again, see, what happens is, sir, it's a subjective thing. For somebody, it could not be the best thing. It's totally fair. It's totally fair on their part. For somebody, it might not suit. For somebody, it might suit. So we as a developer design for a holistic majority. Sometimes we experiment also, and we clearly intimate what fun will I have in doing things in isolation, not intimating. In fact, if you look at our brand, that is what it is being known for its customer approach, right? In fact, for our Spectra customers also, last time when I presented the Spectra Clubhouse, they wanted certain changes in the clubhouse. Some 80% of them were possible. I could do it. 20% I was not possible. I couldn't do it. So wherever it's possible, we try to take the feedback. But that is the reason for this ROTCs. Hence, I encourage a lot of people to come and ask questions here. In case you are not able to attend, is also fine. You can go and see it on our YouTube channel. It's posted there for a year. So yeah, I would probably suggest those customers to probably go take a look at it, right? Thank you. Next. Are rooftops used for any restaurant or small gathering, any other facility? No, sir, rooftops can't be used because there's a lot of, what do you say, solar panel, solar roofs, solar panels would be there, and there's a lot of piping and all of that would be there. The rooftop in loft is not accessible. Same in other projects, what we have done. Rooftops, we are not making it accessible, sir. What type of flooring is given? So this also is clearly mentioned, sir, in the brochure. We'll be giving 80 by 80 double charged vitrified tiles. That's what we have mentioned in the brochure. However, in case there's any change, I would intimate the customers, right? But currently what we have mentioned in the brochure, that's what we're going with. Next one. Hi Ajitesh, any REIT options for us to enter in any of your project, especially loft or coming ones? Sir, REITs are generally, REITs are only in commercial space, sir. I've not come across any REIT in residential space. However, if you are mentioning to any one-time payment model, currently we don't have any facility like that, sir. But in case we get any such thing, we would love to, first we would intimate our ASBL family members only. So, but currently we don't have any, sir. But I don't know what exactly, because REIT, there are no REITs in Resi, right? Thank you. In addition to preschool, will there be nanny cares available inside the community? I'll take this feedback, sir. Once we move closer to the handover, I can come up with more clarity on this. So I'll take this feedback so that there'll be nannies also to take care of the kids. The idea, we'll try to make it possible, as we'll try to make sure it happens as much as possible. I can't commit 100%. But yeah, as we move closer to the handover, by the time what would have happened is Spectra would have been handed over, and that also has a crash. So whatever is the vendor engagement or arrangement we are doing, mostly it would be a similar thing here. I'll keep this in mind while we are searching for a good vendor also, right? Thank you. Next, any updates regarding the new proposed metro towards Kokapet? Any idea on exactly? No, sir, I'm not aware on any latest information, press release from the government, apart from the whatever they have done, the phase planning metro wala thing. I don't think they have also come up with any new update. If at all anything happens, I'll keep this in mind. I'll ask our team to make it into a newsletter and post it to the entire Loft group. Thank you. I'll just make a note, na, iska. Sir, can you complete 45 floors within 50 months from onwards, as each floor takes 1 month? No, sir, this is a precast technology. In fact, we have done it in Spire. I have all the dates. And because we use a digital twin, there's a lot of data on when exactly we casted and all. I've done it in Spectra. And the same thing we'll do in Loft. In the precast technology, not only us, you look at any developer in the city, when you're using the My1 technology, every 10 days, every 10 days, you cast 1 floors. So that's how we calculate 10 into 45, 450, 450 divided by 30 is 15 months. That's our calculation logic, right? Hello, sir. Main door and rest of doors in the flat will have same height. Any update on third-party quality checks? Sir, regarding door heights, also not on top of my mind, but it will be clearly mentioned in the brochure. But in case the door height is not mentioned in the brochure, I'll ask the CRM team to reach out to you. Generally, the main door would be a tad higher than the other doors from an overall look and quality perspective, and the toilet doors would be a little shorter because there'll be a false ceiling, a piping and all that which will go on top, basis on which the door height is determined. However, I'll ask the CRM team to find it out from engineering exactly what's the situation, and I'll post it to you, sir. Third party quality checks. Sir, see, regarding ASBL, we have a separate in-house PMC team, and they go and do a thorough quality check, and we use a sophisticated piece of technology within our digital twin, where everything is captured, and things are whichever tickets come, they are rectified on whatever the time frame is given and all of that. So you can be rest assured with that. And on top of that, yes, we have third party quality checks regarding materials like steel, the steel whichever we are buying. And by the way, we buy only primary steel, right? Like Jindal, Tata, and these type of steels is what we buy. All the steel reports will be there, which we can publish at any point. And all the concrete you do a strength, load bearing test under concrete, like a strength test. That also every casting, like ivala slab cast chestunnam ankonde, the truck which first goes to this quality lab, it danni ఒక శాంపుల్ ఇచ్చేసి తర్వాతనే సైట్కి వెళ్తుంది, అండ్ దెన్ ఆఫ్టర్ ద శాంపుల్ క్యూబ్ ఇస్ టెస్టెడ్ ఆన్ 14 days and 28 days, and uska test results also will be there, and we can publish it in case when somebody wants to take it. And apart from this, various material checks like tile quality check and a lot of these materials checks also will be there, and we can share it with you, right? Whichever are in-house, and whichever are third-party testing with the third-party lab reports, we can share it with you, right? Next. Ajitesh, I would appreciate the transparency of your process right from booking till now, placed with customers, hoping to continue. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. We are trying to get better and learn from our use cases. Good thing is we are collecting a lot of data as the life cycles continue, right? So each life cycle we are getting better and better. Thank you so much. Next one. Will badminton court have full height? In the drawings, the height of the clubhouse seems less for badminton court. No, sir, the badminton court will have full height. As per the standards, I think it will be close to 20 or 22 feet something. It will have, that full height. Maybe the particular image would have probably looked like that, but it will have a full height. Nothing to worry. Next, you have told there will be new project coming in FIDA with bigger square feet. And yes, sir. We are planning to, it's still in acquisition phase and approval phase. We're planning to launch it early next year. In case you're interested, you can reach out to your, you can just leave your name and number in the comment. Our sales team will reach out and they'll keep posting updates on that. Right? Thank you. Any childcare facility available in Spectra? Yes, sir. Spectra also childcare facility is available, and the facility is right on the ground floor of the clubhouse. Closer to the handover, we will be able to. In fact, in my last ROTC of Spectra, again, this is also posted on the YouTube channel, sir. Please subscribe our YouTube channel because a lot of this important information is put out there, right? So please subscribe to that. And I would recommend you go through that ROTC. I've spoken about the design and pura imagery also, how that place is going to look. Maybe team, if you can put it in the comments or something, try to do it. But yeah, it's all mentioned there, sir. All the 3D renders, visualization is also done. So you can take a look, right? Thank you. Next. Why are you not giving window grills and kitchen platform in the units? Sir, kitchen platforms we don't give because what we have seen is after giving 80% of the customers remove that and put modular kitchens. So why do we break stuff? That's the reason we do not give that, and we clearly mentioned that in the specification and agreement also. Regarding window grills, sir, it's not allowed as per fire law, sir. Basically, problem emavudante when in case of fire accident happens, right? If there's window grills, the people, the firemen who are coming from that fire lift untadi kadandi, ladder esconi, unlocally to pull people out, it's not possible. So hence it's not allowed as per the fire law. But however, people are at their individual discretion, they are free to put. We do not stop them because each to their own requirement. But technically, it's not allowed as per the fire law because fire emergency anappudu manam bayitiki vellipoyadu etla. So anduku, but we leave it up to residents depending on their own requirement, right? Next. Will it possible to convert the parking slot to support electric cars personally? Sir, I don't think so, but however, from our side, we have done provisioning for to put additional transformers when the community, let's say after 10 years, the community decides that majority of the cars are electric cars, we should make all cars electric parking. In that case, they will need to put additional transformers. For that, provisioning and all that is done, but it's a community thing. Individually, I don't think you can, sir, because atla panjeyadadi, the capex will be high. It has to be decided at a community level, right? But definitely each basement we are providing reasonable number of EV car chargers. You can go and charge it probably half an hour or 40 minutes. It should charge to 80% levels. That's what it happens. In fact, in Spire, we are tying up with a vendor. So this most likely the same guy might provide service here, but let's wait and see, right? Can you please do KT session along with flat handover so we don't end up in situation like Spire? Definitely, I'll do it, sir. In fact, for Spire also, I've done to the best of our knowledge in last year, same September time. But however, new use cases came which I was not aware at that point. Had it been, I would have done it. But now that I have a more better use cases, we have captured all the data, and a lot of the handover thing has been done through our app. So there's good data. So now I have like 80% of the use cases is there. Definitely, I'll do it at the closer to handover, right? In fact, I would strongly recommend all of you all, whenever you find some time, right? After November 15th, please go to Spire and see it. I want you guys to see it because I'm very proud of the space, and definitely there'll be learnings. It's not that we have done everything. Definitely there'll be learnings. Please go and visit the space. It has come out really well. Just wait till November 15th so that the clubhouse also can be opened up. And in case you want to go, you can go there, or you can intimate us. We will tell our sales people to receive you there, so entry and all becomes easy. Please go and see it after November 15th, and I would love it for you guys to see that, right? Will badminton courts have AC? Absolutely, badminton courts have AC, sir. It's all air conditioned, right? Next. Hi Ajitesh, I bought a flat in Loft. Really happy with everything, but the moving charges of 25,000 and 75,000 for piping in AC. Could you please explain 25,000? Good question, sir. So basically, why we charge the 25,000 moving charges is when people are moving in their luggage at time of move-in time la. They carry their furniture and all, they make and break things, sir. Furniture move చేసేటప్పుడు ఎవడో లిఫ్ట్ తాకిస్తారు, వాల్ ఎడ్జెస్ కి తాకిస్తారు. అది వన్ యూస్ కేస్. Next, another very important thing is when you're doing interiors, there's a lot of debris which comes out. A debris, when you put it at at a floor level, we give a garbage. You should put it there. To move out the debris also costs us money, right? So that is one expenditure. Next, minor breakages. Again, major breakage we'll charge them, but minor breakages, debris move out, and for the first few movements and all, electricity charges and all cannot be really ascertained. So అవన్నీ కూడా ఒక లాజిక్ ఒక ఓవరాల్ నెంబర్ వస్తుంది ఎక్స్పెండిచర్. దట్స్ వై వి పుట్ దట్ సార్. దట్స్ వాట్ ద 25,000 totally entails. Again, this does not mean people, through you I would like to tell everybody that we go and break stuff, but this is there for that reasons, for debris removal, minor breakage repairs, and unaccounted for utility charges, right? These sort of things. And 75,000 for AC copper piping, sir. E cost almost all meer incur aina same ఉంటుంది sir. Why we are doing this is because we have seen that in projects after handing over, customer ki oka pan avutundi. Dan valla they have to remove the bathroom ka false ceiling and again redo this work. When they are doing that, they end up damaging something else, honestly incurring more cost. So hence we are only doing that work, and so that you don't have to go through that hassle of redoing it, because when you are doing interiors, you will be working with different contractors and not all of them might know exactly దాన్ని ఎట్లా తీయాలి, ఎట్లా పెట్టాలి, దాని స్పెసిఫికేషన్ ఆర్ గైడ్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద గైడ్ లైన్ అని. సో వీ హవ్ సీన్ దట్ దే ఎండ్ అప్ బ్రేకింగ్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ స్టఫ్. ఆ ఫైర్ లైన్ ని డ్యామేజ్ చేస్తుండ్రు, బాత్రూంలో ఫాల్ సీలింగ్ ని డ్యామేజ్ చేస్తుండ్రు. అందుకని వీఆర్ ఓన్లీ డూయింగ్, ఇన్ కేస్ మీరు చేసినప్పుడు కూడా మీకు ఆల్మోస్ట్ అంతే కాస్ట్ పడుతుంది సార్. రైట్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. There's no mentioning of visitor parking. Can we know how many slots left for visitor parking? Sir, there are visitor parking. You can be rest assured. Team, are you guys aware? I'll write down this question and I'll ask the CRM team to reach out to you, sir. It would help us if you can probably in the chat section, you can leave your name. I'll ask the team to reach out to you. But yes, there will be visitor parkings for sure, and reasonable number of them will be there. Nothing to worry about, right? Next, can we customize the flat post handover? Like we want to change our bathroom from Western to Indian. No, sir, in Western to Indian, you can't do that because our piping just doesn't permit that. It's not designed for that. Certain changes like, wall color change you want, you can definitely do that. But anything which involves breakage of the walls is strictly not allowed, sir, because unlike in mana in-suit construction, mana regular brickwork construction, in brickwork construction, what happens? Only the columns take the loads, right? The building load. The brickworks don't take the building load. This is a Maiwan construction. The wall is also a load-bearing structure. So anybody damage the wall, they possess a huge threat to the structural strength of the building into the future, right? So we strictly do not recommend. In fact, in Spire, I have made a detailed document on this and shared with our customers also. And many people have read that and obliged to that. Few people couldn't do it, but though we have assisted, we have immediately found out the issue and stopped them, and when we told, they were gracious enough to course correct. But yeah, please don't do any structural changes. Any skin level wall changes you want, wall paintings and all those, you're absolutely free to do it. And grill additions and things, you are free to do it, though not recommended. But again, each to their own. There might be kids in the house, you are free to do it. In fact, we even suggest vendors. Again, we do not say go with this vendor, we give suggestions, but you are free to choose for yourselves, right? Next, after OC, how much time greenery is estimated to take, like it's in brochure? So generally it takes around OC time ka lipol. If you look at Spire also, OC time is done. But yeah, handovers time ki OC undochu undakapovachu. The reason being, OC is a government related thing. Particularly if you look now, it has become, because there's a government change. Once again the government settles down, then things will be fast. So now Spire time, previously it was previous government, now new government. So officers change and all, hence it took us a little longer time. Mostly, or I would say from the time you get your possession, 3 to 6 months time, it should mature out, right? Do you have large, some question meant. Looking forward for landmark ROTC, I have a lot of questions. Absolutely, sir. We'll do it in the month of both Spectra and landmark. We'll do in the month of November. I'll ask the team to reach out. And Landmark, I'll do a detailed one like what I did for Spectra and Spire last year. Pura design one I'll do, like what are all the designs, dani visualizations entity. I'll do a proper 2 hour presentation, so you can have a total view. In fact, we have even been experimenting with various forms of content to better engage with our customers. For Landmark, I've done a first time detailed 2 hour long design podcast internal, like where our teammate has been asking questions from various angles, why we designed and all of that. That also will be, we'll be releasing it in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's in post production phase. That will answer a lot of questions, but however we'll do an ROTC as well, right? Thank you. Kitchen does not have provision for fan or AC. Can we add that? Yes, sir. Kitchen, we have not taken provision for AC. We don't do it in any projects. Most of our other competitors also don't do AC provisioning in kitchen. Fan, I'll just confirm and get back. I'll have to confirm and get back on the fan, right? Thank you. Next is what? Is there an option of getting interior decorating through you? Sir, we'll try. And as of now, we don't do that. But definitely, given Loft ka handover is probably more than like 2.25 years from now. By that time, we might expand our service portfolio. However, we will not be doing the interiors, but we will be coming up with certain recommendations. You can be free to choose. So that is what I'm expecting by the time we hand over Loft. But currently we don't. In fact, in Spire, we did not give interior suggestions, but we gave a lot of suggestions around rental vendors. Those of you who want to rent your apartments, we have given a list of 3 rental vendors with standardized agreements and all of that, so that they can get their flat easily rented out. We got, so some customers wanted help regarding to schools. So we gave them primary information of all the schools in the neighborhood with their point of contact on the admissions and their number as well, so that they can easily reach out. All of that we have done, and we have done even around Gropraveshams related pujaris and all the decorators and all information also we have been curating and sharing with our customers. The same will continue, but we will be getting much better because there's a learning curve which will be achieved in the next 2 years, right? Next, we have 3 bathrooms per flat in Loft, but a family, mostly 3 are used and the third remains a dumping ground. Could we convert the third washroom to a puja room or storage? Yeah, you can convert, sir. No problem. Itlanti change problem em undadu. Meer em cheyalante simply you have to, whatever the plumbing equipment we give, you have to unbolt it and remove it and you can convert it. You're free to do. No problem at all. But one thing definitely is, see, this is see the pura, what do you say, bathroom ka any repair works happen of the upper flat, then they come and rectify from it. So those sort of things would be there. But from our side, there's no problem, because if above toilet has any problem, the below toilet we have to come and work. Same for all projects in the city, not only us. That's the plumbing design the entire city follows, and that's the most efficient one. In that case, our team will be coming and repair. But as apart, if you're okay with that, we don't have a problem, right? Can you please comment on visitor parkings in Loft? Same thing, sir. I have mentioned there are ample visitor car parks. Exact number not on top of my mind. Your Mr. Ranganath Sanket, just write down name. I'll ask the CRM team to reach out how many number of car parks are there, but there are ample number of there that's planned for, right? Next, can you provide do's and don'ts documents? Absolutely, we'll provide, sir. In fact, we have done it for Spire as well. In fact, from the learning use cases, from whatever additional learnings we have there, I'll even make it more robust. But everything within a flat has been detailedly and thoroughly mentioned, and majority of the customers have followed also. I'm very happy on that. And we do constant, surveillance also our FM team does. Because if somebody is doing unprecedented damage, we'll have to try to educate them and stop it, right? So our field teams there would be doing constant surveillance also at time of interior. But we have a document that has done reasonably well in Spire. Anything upon life cycle maturity, we'll further making it better and we'll share it. I've shared it in Spire before handover started. Here also I'll share it, right? Next, when can we expect the approach road to Loft to be completed? So again, the same thing, I've mentioned this a little earlier in the discussion as well. Any public property belongs to the government, right? So when the government will be spending the capex there is purely government's discretion. it would, we as a developer are not mentioning anywhere in the agreements, and if anybody has mentioned it to you also, be it from the channel partners or the sales, please go through the agreement. We are not mentioning it. Road, we cannot do anything. I cannot go and carpet it because it's not my property, right? So whenever the government has a particular plan for this area, that time they might do it. Currently, I don't think they've mentioned any such thing, right? Yeah, next. Not everyone would be comfortable with Western toilet. Also, Indian toilets are healthier. It would have been a wiser choice if you can. So now we can't, sir. It's all designed. The buy one is ordered. You are right. The Indian toilets are healthier, right? But there are alternates which I would suggest. In fact, the toilet which I use also as Western toilets. Miri Madala, if you look at Amazon, there's one stool sort of thing what they're selling, right? I bought that, and you put your stool, you use that stool. It will become like an Indian toilet seating position. There are good makeshift options like that. I would recommend you can look at that, right? Thank you. Many people try to drill walls to hang photos, for example. If such thing is not good for overall structure, do you mention it in some documentation that everybody? Yes, absolutely. We mention it in documents, sir. We have mentioned it in Spire documentation also, and very clearly with thumbnails, with a good letter. It's almost all, I think, 5-6 pages until now. Everything will be thoroughly mentioned. What happens is sometimes customers might be little, I would say, easy about it, or sometimes they might be serious, but their interior designers might suggest, nahi, kuch nahi hoga, let's do it. That is what I would recommend the customers. Please don't do it. The guideline is very clearly, it mentions everything. There it mentions, the Inspire also I've given it before handovers. Here also I'll give it. Rest be assured, all commitment I need from you all is please adhere to that. Because see, in community life, we all have to have a 80% is our family life, 20% is community's well-being. Only then the property value will maintain, only then we will have a good neighborhood ecosystem. Please go through it, please follow it, and 99% of the responsibilities in the buyer's hand, because me illadi. So please instruct your teams to do that, and closer to handover I'll present it, and need be I'll even make an ROTC on it, right? Next. I think one person is typing. Anybody else? Okay, I think okay, one question came. Let's try. Can you please tell why Loft progress updates and videos are getting delayed? Okay, I'm not aware, sir, that they're getting delayed. If you are subscribing to our YouTube channel, they will be there. Plus minus 3-4 days here and there in a month, it keeps happening because sometimes the particular person might be on holiday or something. But I don't think we missed any month. Right? If at all we missed, I'll also take a look. I'll make sure every month we keep posting. Right? I think last month also we posted, na? Rain came on that day when the shoot guy when the drone flyer went, rain came, sir. So he'll go in a particular schedule. But I'll make sure it's posted at the earliest. In fact, the one which I've showed in this video is a recent one. I think yesterday or day before is when we shot that. So that's the latest one. I'll ask them to put it out. But we have been doing this diligently for all our sites. Please follow our YouTube channel so that you get all these updates, right? Thank you. I think somebody else is typing. I think one last person is typing, maybe another 1-2 minutes, and then we can call it off. Anonymous, refund of EMI gets delayed. Can we prepone to early week instead of last week's? Sir, so far we have never got anything from any customer regarding delay of EMI, sir. Whatever we have committed, if we have committed to last week of the month, then that is when we will do it, sir, because our supply chain is set for that. Today I can't go and instruct, because there's a lot of software working behind it so that we give majority of the people on time. So if it's last week is what we are saying, we'll give it in that time, plus minus 1-2 days here and there. If it's happening, we'll try to correct that also, so that whatever we say, we can do it, right? But yeah. Done. I think there are no further questions. Thank you so much for those of you who have come. Really appreciate that, because I think it's discussions like this which will keep, which will make sure that people are on the same page, because I feel that's very important. See, I think that the relationship between a developer and customer are very important, right? Which the developer should protect it, and the customer also. Sometimes I do see people go and write things little on the whims and fancies, or sometimes even write out some not real stuff also, I would recommend and request, please refrain, because see, once the relationship gets spoiled, it gets spoiled either for me or either for you. I don't want that. I want to have a great relationship with my customers, meet them, if possible have a drink with them, and try to do the best I can. And again, as a brand, I cannot, not only me, anybody in the world, we cannot design for an individual choice. When we're designing for 900 apartments, there's a particular research which we as an organization to do a lot of research, and I've been sharing on various mediums the research, and we have done it and made it into proper PDF reports as well in the udesign.in wala website, right? And I again request you to please follow that, so that you keep getting the research, and basis on that research we design. That's how we have to do. We cannot do at an individual scale, right? And however, any feedback which people give, we take it, and we might not be able to implement it in that project, but we keep it for future things. But yeah, I would love to have great relationship with my customers, and all of you, after November 15th, when you get time on any weekend or anything, please go to Spire, have a look. I'm really happy with what we have done. I want you all to go take a look at how it is, right? And in case you want us to arrange a visit also, you can let us know. I'll intimate the sales team there. Please go have a look. We would be more than happy to have you guys there, right? Thank you so much.